Do we have any questions from the media? We can open it up now. Yes, you first. Make sure your phone's off, please. No, I'm kidding.
I got the microphone.
Joke.
Sergeant First Class Greg Engel, U.S. Army retired, served beside a lot of National Guard guys in Afghanistan. Wonderful, wonderful people. How is recruiting going for you guys? How does this help? Because it's obviously your demographic. And how do you defend against the criticism from people who say that the money might be better spent elsewhere?
Well, it's anytime that we can get Dale involved with anything we do, of course, it's going to bring a lot of visibility to it. And recruiting really hasn't been effective. I mean, we have a steady influx of people. I mean, our numbers are doing really great. It's just it's a credit to our recruiters and the programs and the options that we have available. You know, you get to make a difference in your community and change your life. So it's you know, it's a win-win-win, like I said earlier. And I think that as far as the other part of it is, if you really get down and look at our return on investment for the money we spend on any of our programs, you'll see that they're well worth it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Make something up.
Dwight Durant, RaceTech.com. Dale, as far as in your role as representing the National Guard, obviously you get the opportunity to see a lot of soldiers. And in the past, a lot of soldiers who were injured were basically discharged, and now they're actually utilized. And not only that, the educational system in the military is probably second to none in a lot of ways that didn't used to be. And could you have a comment on that?
Well, you know, I think that I was talking to a friend of mine who's in Washington trying to, and he's been in Washington for about a year and a half getting repaired from being blown up. And he's right on the tail end of his, he's coming up on his last surgery, and he's been there a year and a half probably. And I asked him, you know, he's got this girlfriend that lives where I'm from, and she's in a roundabout way part of my family. And I was like, you know, aren't you excited to get back to North Carolina? I'm thinking, you know, he's itching to move, itching to get to North Carolina because start his life, you know, get his life started with his new bride and all that stuff. And he's only got this one operation that I figured could be done just as well in Charlotte, but he won't leave the D.C. area and Walter Reed because they got the best doctors in the world. And he says, for what I need done and the rehab that I'm going to have to do, I need to do it here. This is the best place. And so it gives you a lot of confidence. You know, you can be told that, or you can get that information from someone at the top in the military or someone who actually, you know, who works in the building, but to hear it from the patient themselves that they're that confident and that, you know, that happy and satisfied with the service that they get, you know, makes you feel good about, you know, what the military's doing and how they're taking care of all our injured soldiers that come home.
Dustin Long, Landmark Newspapers. Dale, the individual you were talking about, is that somebody that you've known from your past, or is that somebody you've met from?
That's someone I knew before they got in the military.
Wow.
And so you've been able to keep in contact with them?
Oh, yeah.
Throughout.
Yeah. It's just a buddy of mine.
Yes, sir.
Dale. Whoa. Dale. You know, there's a lot of different sponsors in NASCAR, you know, from cupcake makers to what you got. It seems to me it would be more fulfilling as a driver to represent the National Guard and going to Walter Reed than representing a cupcake maker and going to a bakery. So, I mean, is there an emotional attachment here with this sponsor?
Well, when you know, just speaking from my own experience, when I first was introduced to working with the military, I was really, really intimidated. There was a huge sense of responsibility that you had to get it right, you had to be correct, you had to know what you were talking about, and know the military, when you meet individuals in the military, they know how to represent the military. And as a driver, in that relationship, you wanted to be able to do the same job and do it as well. And but when you go to Walter Reed, that's where the emotional connection comes in. When you start meeting soldiers that are either enlisting or coming back from a tour, that's where the emotional side starts to get involved. You start seeing firsthand what this is about, what it involves, and the sacrifices that they make, and the kind of people that, it's just your next door neighbor, and it just amazes you that, the things that you witness and see and hear, and the stories you hear, and how they are willing to do all this for, and it's to our benefit. We're over here racing and having the having the things and the freedoms that we want to have due to what they've sacrificed for us. It's pretty. That's where the emotional side comes in. But at first, man, it was really, really intimidating. You just wanted to make sure you were doing it right, and you were, because it's different, like you said, than selling a product off a shelf. It's a life-changing. It's a career choice. You're not selling, hey, man, have a drink of this water. This is a career you're trying to, offer someone.
Are there
certain cupcakes pretty good, yeah.
Are there ways, Dale, that's influenced you on the racetrack as far as being around these experiences with the military, or or even joining a new team?
Well, I don't know how it's influenced me. I just hope that it's made me realize and be more appreciative of what I have and what I have for my family and the life I'm able to lead, the life I'm able to live. You think back about, I watch a lot of the military channels, so I try to, I'll just see a lot of shows about our military history, and I guess when you are involved with the military, like I have been over the last 4 or 5 years, you start to appreciate what's happened over the last 100 years in this country, and by what this country's done for us and the people that have been in the military for a very, very long time to get us to where we are today, to be able to do what we're able to do and have everything that we have, because a whole lot of stuff has went down, in the last 100 years, and it could have went 100 different ways.
Right. Any other questions from the media? Okay. Thank everybody for being here. Thank you, Dale. Thank you, Sergeant. We appreciate your time.
No problem. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Great job.
Sure, thank you.
Awesome. Great to meet you. Yeah, see you. They were worried.